Hey, Buki Sote, I see you. Welcome to today's church. I apologize for the late starting. Sadly, I'm the one who has to coordinate 5 phones. I'm going to take a picture so you all can see for 5 different networks. Let me just take a picture so you guys can see. 5 different phones for 5 different networks. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have our audiences on Facebook that must be catered to, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and then my second Instagram account. And we're going to go to Twitter Spaces the moment I can afford to buy a 6th phone. I have more phones than some whole families put together. Well, I have a 6th phone. So I need a 7th phone, right? I don't want a 7th phone. I need a 7th phone. So we can go to Twitter too. And somebody was like, "Oh, Daddy Freeze, you have so many phones. Can't you invest? Can't you sow one of the phones in somebody's life?" I said, "Shut up, Olodora Bata Okonu." How much? Let's imagine this phone is the most expensive phone I have. No, okay, the Z Fold is the most expensive phone I have, which was about $1 million. So let's say I have 7 phones for about 7 million. Can you see church building to rent for 1 year for 7 million in Nigeria, in this Lekki? Then you are going to book 7 million is probably what you'll be spending every 2 months on diesel. Then you will pay security. Then you will have to maintain. Why do you think the church is charging you so much money? Because they have created a formula that they cannot sustain. So they need you to be their sustenance. Out of the 7 phones I showed, how many of the phones did Free Nation buy from me? I just sold 7 phones. How many? None. I didn't even get a phone gift. Say, Daddy Free, so we love you so much, we'll take this phone. But the phones I am using to propagate the gospel, I should go and dash it to the poor. My message today is for you. And if you don't like being tongue-lashed, live the life. If you don't like tongue-lashed, because what I will tell, I'm duty bound to awaken you. It is my duty. And somebody saying Lekki isn't for the weak. Oh, I understand. I live in Lekki. I'm currently running my 7-phone church from my house in Lekki. Am I going to go to Ajangbadi or Ikorodu to go and run a cheap church? We need to start thinking, like I said, I'm going to tongue lash. But first of all, let me start with some very happy announcements. You come. Come. Stand straight. My baby is 18 years old. My baby has turned to a woman. I can't carry you again. I can still carry you even though you're now heavy. Why are you heavy? You are heavy, Joe. My beautiful, intelligent Amarachi is now 18 years old today. Very smart child, very enterprising, very useful to me. I prayed for her this morning. I said, you need confidence. Everything else she has. Brain, beauty, sense. In fact, the sense na double dose. Maturity, 5 people maturity dey inside her body. Book, na 1 whole school dey inside her head. Yeah, smile. Smile. Put your cheek, smile. What's wrong with you? It's not easy to have a grown-up child. I have to deal with grown-up issues. This is my third child that is crossing over, getting to this landmark. I don't the old well. I don't the old well. I'm old now. Smile. Look at them wishing you happy birthday. Look at Posh Mama Yinkus wishing you happy birthday. Even Coupe is wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you, everyone.
Say to them.
Thank you.
I'll carry you. Shall I carry you?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Please. In this part of the world, when you are in the Rome, you do like the Romans do. In this part of the world, as you are sending a happy birthday, go and bring your account. You know it's often. Niger person, they know account of it. What's your Aza? Come on, give me your Aza.
24.
24.
79.
79. 27. 63. 15.
Zenith Bank.
Go and use your phone and join the live and type it. I will pin it. This is 24. It's getting confusing. We are say it once. Hey, send gift to the black mentor. Say, who is she? This is my second daughter. The first one is in the university in her second year.
She's a mama.
The first one is a mama. Someone just, is that your account number? That's what people fast.
No.
That's not your account number. That's it. Let me just block the person. Actually, just
I think the person made a mistake.
Okay, what was it?
He missed the 4. It's 24.
Oh, okay. So wrong number. Yes. Go and type it. Go and say it again. Posh Mama say that Z fold na 950. My eye no good. So when I'm doing my research, I use the Z fold because it can open into an iPad. As Tastebox is here. That's what I use it for. So when I'm on the move and I need to watch a video, I need to read some script, I need to do something, I'm not going to because I want to run church, come and be suffering. When it's not like I collected the money of the phone from you. Posh Mama, I love you though. You're beautiful. You've pasted it on Instagram. That's it. And please follow her Instagram account. Yours truly, Amara. I just posted it. Send her a gift. That's my baby. As I know they give me money, make my pikin happy. May she buy cake.
She has a birthday cake.
We won't have birthday cake. May she buy goat. We will take do as one birthday goat. You want goat? Come back here. Where are you going to? You want to drop? Keep your phone. You'll be using it to do research as I'm preaching. Today's preaching is going to be hard. I just want to start. So I'm even lucky that let me be hugging you so that I can calm down. Because the vex I won't come vex give you now today for today's sermon. Just know, say this is the sweet part of it. So enjoy me petting this beautiful, adorable. It's not easy to have a daughter. This their hair. It's easier to have a son. I swear. Some are maintenance free. Babes, you have to take good care of them. Do I take good care of you? Or not so much? Show them again. Yes. Yeah, sit down, my darling. She's shy. She's shy. Oh. All right, so let us start with a prayer. I'm going to annoy you today. Prepare yourself. My sermons are always very hot like that. Just get on body. You go vex today, just know. But I hope that at the end of the day, I will be able to at least do something. Awaken you. Let us start with a prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the gathering of the brethren. Even though we do this online, it is far more effective financially, logistically, and in every other way than gathering together. We cannot gather the 2,000 people that are here without a huge cost implication. Father, I thank you for making this possible with today's technology. And I ask that the enlightenment and wisdom that comes only from you will be poured upon this generation. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. John chapter 8, verse 32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. One thing I have learned running a church for so long is religious people don't like the truth. Religious people remind me of Peter Obi fans or Peter Obi supporters. They don't like the truth. From the very beginning, I said Nigerian politics is a 3-horse race. Jagaban, Atiku, or Shimbajo. It's a 3-horse race. Whether you like me, does not mean I like any of the 3 of them. But because I don't like, what card do I not like? What card don't I like? My daughter said downfall. Does not mean I will not see a clean downfall and say because I don't like downfall, I will not tell you that this downfall is clean. We need to tell ourselves the truth. Peter Obi deserves to be in power, and it will make Nigeria better to have Peter Obi in power. Oh, don't get me wrong. Because for the first time, we are going to give our Igbo brothers and sisters an opportunity to rule the country. What was it? P?
Period.
What does that mean?
Period.
How did I say? What did I say that made this a period? Eh? Yes, give our Igbo brothers and sisters a chance to rule. Now, not only are we giving our Igbo brothers, and because sometimes we do things out of sentiment. Okay, they have not ruled before, let's allow them to rule. They now go and bring one that will come there and be doing like, no. Peter Obi, in my humble opinion, is the best candidate when it comes to brain, when it comes to managing resources, when it comes to ideas, and when it comes to so many other things. If Peter Obi had the backing of a strong party, I will tell you he's our best president. But the problem is, Peter Obi cannot fight this battle that is ahead. As much as you don't like me, you cannot, because you don't like Daddy Freeze, reject the truth that the Freeze is saying it because you don't like the vessel that is carrying the truth. Do I have a witness? We have quite a turnout today on my main Facebook page, 514 people on that page alone. I'm telling you the truth. Hate me. Hate me all you want, but this is the truth. And like I explained yesterday, Atiku is a master politician. You see, politics is not about good intentions, it's about a game. Sadly, most people who have good intentions are never good at playing the game. And even those with good intentions who are good at playing the game, because when you play the game, you become loyal to the game. When they get into the office, they cannot do most of the things they set out to do because of their indebtedness to the game. So it's a twisted scenario. But what am I trying to say? The truth there is, whether Peter Obi is the best or not, whether he deserves to be there or not, sadly, with the reality of today's world, he can't win. Maybe next election, or maybe 8 years from now, he might stand a chance. But this one, he can't. I'm using that as an illustration to explain something. I want you to go with me to your scriptures. Before I go there, let me say something. There's a statement, a Yoruba statement. If you're Yoruba, I tried to explain it to my children before I even brought you guys live, because they don't speak Yoruba, or they don't speak much, they can pick ta 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 here. So I had to explain it to them before I brought you live. Omo iyaje. Who understands what that means? Omo iyaje. Omo iyaje. Who understands what that means? I need people who can translate. Omo iyaje. Amen? Translate. I'm waiting for you while you're typing. Brown Sugar says child of a witch. Flo says witch pikin. Bookie Shopter says child of a witch. There's a Yoruba saying that goes Omo Yaje Ajeni. The child of a witch is a witch. Omo Yaje Ajeni. Whether the child of a witch is born again, or the child of a witch is charitous or charitable, the fact that she has a mother like that, she is guilty by association. Because sometimes she don't go and do anything. The mama go just say, oh, now you offend my pikin, abi. The mama go take your matter upon herself. There's another Yoruba saying that goes in symphony with this, and it is Omi Eko. What is Omi Eko? What is Eko? What is Eko? Abima wanted to say something. What is Eko? She was about to say something, but you now confused her. What do you want to say? Say it. No, you. Eko that they eat with moi. Yes. That's it. That's Eko. So when you hear Omi Eko, what does Omi Eko mean? What does Omi mean? Water. Good. So Omi Eko. Water? Water of the Eko. Omi Eko. Omi Gari is water of Gari. Do you understand? Omi Ewa is water of beans. Omi Obe. What's Obe? Soup. So Omi Eko, Ekoni. You know what that means? The water of the pap is still pap. The water of the Eko is still Eko. I'm trying to go somewhere with this. You see, you cannot separate things that are cohesive in nature. Oxygen and hydrogen come together to form water. If you use hydrogen as a fuel and you burn it, you will get. If you use hydrogen as a fuel and you burn it, what do you get? Water. You see, I want to talk about the peculiarity of our system in this country. Yesterday, there was a very sad incident in Port Harcourt. Who read about it? Who watched the videos? I shared the videos with Taste Buds this morning. I want to share the videos with my children. Just be prepared. They're not particularly nice videos, but I don't train children in such a way that they are not connected to the reality of their situation. I'm sending it to you. Where's your own phone? Go and get it. I'll send it to you too. Just reduce the volume. You don't need to hear the sound. Just watch the video. Have you seen it?
Yes,
Get up, get up, get up. Hey. A church was organizing a charity event. A church was organizing a charity event in Port Harcourt yesterday. And there was a stampede, or a stampede ensued. Are you watching the video? And 40 people, mostly children, or at least the section of the video I watched, lost their lives in a stampede for people running to get food. Love Wolu, my darling sister, on my personal Facebook page, that is Free School FM. How are you doing? And how are all of you on that page? I have only 9 people there, but I still make sure a phone is dedicated to them so they get the message. You see, let me ask you a question. Can such a stampede for food occur in Canada? There's free food, and then you have a stampede to the point where 40 people lose their lives. Posh Mama is asking for your account number. Just type it to her on my Posh Mama. Just type it to her here. She's on Instagram. Mama. Just say hello here and type it to her there. Can this happen in Europe? Where people will rush just to get food to eat, to the point where 40 people lose their lives? Can this happen in the UK? You see, you need to understand that poverty and religion are brothers and sisters. The more religious a nation is, the more likely they will be headed for poverty. And I'm not going to use my own words, but rather I'll use the words of Karl Marx and another professor from Johannesburg that I spent some time studying this week. I want us to talk about this. When you want to build a 9-story building or a 10-story building house, what do you do? Bibs, where are you? When you want to build a 10-story building house, let's say you have the land. What's the first thing you do? Let's say you have the land and you measure the land. You've cleared the land. Before you lay a foundation. You talk to who? You talk to who? Louder, let me hear you. The more you answer questions, the more money you get today. You will talk to the architect. Even before the foundation, there has to be a plan, an approved plan. That 10-story building is first going to be in your head. From your head, you will transfer it to your architect's head. Then your architect will tell you that some of the things in your head are not possible, or they will cost you too much money. So you will have to cut it. So by the time the two of you are done, you come out with a plan. It is that drawing that the architect creates that they will base even the foundation upon. Some of us today are architects. We are here with a plan. We are not going to build. We are not going to dig. We are not going to turn mortar. We will just tell you this is what you need to do. And I must tell you, one of the ways to create a proper world that eradicates itself or that eradicates poverty is, how do you eradicate poverty? I just need one word. How do you eradicate poverty? Education. I need one word that generalizes everything together. How do you eradicate poverty? Work is still part of it. Should I say it, guys? By creating wealth. Not just wealth, but sustainable wealth. Education is part of creating wealth. Innovation is part of creating wealth. Empowerment is part of creating wealth. Entrepreneurship is part of creating wealth. Ideas all are part of creating wealth. Now, when you hear creating wealth, it doesn't mean there will be one rich man that can buy Lamborghini and be looking for the road up and down to drive the Lamborghini. It means a wealth can be created where your children can go to public school and you will not be ashamed that your children are going to public school. That is why I get drawn to people like Toby Adegboyega of Spark Nation, people like the Black Mentor who joined us this morning, because their goal is creating wealth, not preaching wealth, creating it. You see, the Bible has been in the hands of the wrong people for too long. Somebody said, Obi Kubana creating wealth, God bless you. Obi, I still said this to him yesterday. I said, Obi, not only is Obi, let's just look at Odogu bitters. Let's leave the Kubana group and just zone in on Odogu bitters. Production, procurement, marketing, distribution, wholesaling, retailing, advertising. These are all industries that will benefit immensely from Odogu bitters. He is creating sustainable wealth. You see, the Bible is not the problem. The problem has always been the interpretation of the Bible. Those who interpret the Bible have always been the problem. Because they will read a verse like this to you, and it will begin to have a different type of meaning. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Largely misinterpreted. A very dangerous verse, if you allow me to use such words. An extremely dangerous verse, because if it is in the hands of the benighted, you are all in trouble. If you read this in Greek, the original language in which it was written, It says eletho. Hey, Basilia. Basilia means a kingdom. So, genethetho. To thelema sohos e orano ke epiges. Your will be done, the will of you. Genetheto to thelema so, the will of you. A Nigerian pastor will interpret poverty as God's will. A typical Nigerian pastor will tell you your situation is the way it is because God is putting you through a test. Listen to me, you fellas. The test ended when Christ came. God didn't need to put the Israelites in Egypt. He doesn't need to do it anymore. There's already been one story with Moses. He doesn't need to do it with Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country that God is testing for their faith. Nigeria is a country that was mismanaged by foolish parents and leaders that brought us to this mess. I said I will offend you today. I've not even started. Prepare to be offended. Nigeria's poverty is not God's will. God does not wish anyone poverty, especially since the poverty in Nigeria is not making us more moral. It's not making us more God-fearing. It's just creating more religious enterprises. How can Nigeria be second only to Jamaica when it comes to paternity fraud? Meaning our own prostitution. Listen to statistics. Prostitution is legal in Amsterdam and some parts of Germany. It is legal. Is it legal in Nigeria? No. But Nigeria is second to Jamaica in the whole world when it comes to paternity fraud. Meaning this is my wife and that is my son, but the son does not belong to me. My wife go carry him from outside, come dash me. Amen? How can we have 5 churches on every street? Meanwhile, our women, they bring other people, children, come dash us. You know what that means? It means our own prostitution inside marriage, they do them. It has not created, watch this for me and give me water, please. It has not created, religion has not created more faithfulness in God. It has not created more love. 1 John chapter 4 verse 8 says, he who does not love does not know God because God is love. It has not created more love. It has not created more prosperity. We are some of the poorest, some of the most heartless. I was watching a video of where a young man took the life of his girlfriend for ritual purposes and was telling the people that they should not worry, that once God blesses him, he will take care of the whole world. I should send it to Simply Vic. Let me even spoil his morning today. You will see the lifeless body of the young lady behind him and him telling them that no, that they should not worry, that he's God's, he's chosen, he's special. So you see, poverty is not God's will. Tell your pastor to shut up. Where we are in the state of this country is not God's will for us. It is the abuse and misuse of the resources this country had by your parents and grandparents. I was telling Tisbot something. In my mother's country, Romania, I don't have a single family that I know that has 3 children. All of my cousins are Taisia and Teona, 2 daughters. Aline and Marcian, 2 sons. Adina, single child. I'm mentioning Gina and Darian, 2 children. All my cousins in Romania. I no get cousin where their papa born 3. I no get. The only woman that I know had 4 children was married 3 times. So her case is understandable. But everyone, Laurent and Otilo, all of them are 221, 22. All of my, I don't get cousin where there be 3. I'm telling you. My mother, now this did not start in my generation. No. My mother and and my uncle Gigi, they are 2 children. My grandfather and my grandmother had only 2 children. My mother's generation, my mother is 68 years old. How old am I this year? 46. My mother is 67. From my mother's generation, they know say to born pikin where you no go give food, no problem. I'm not talking of my generation. My mother has only 1 brother in the whole world, only 1. My father, on the other hand, his own father had 4 wives. And I'm not sure any of the women had 2 children. One day I sat down with my children, I was telling them that you now one picking when I go born. Anyway, when I go see as it be. When I see road, you see how road rough for this life. You see how expensive it is. When I go sabi where they sell condom, postinol, coil, what other family planning methods do you know? Hey, you. Are you denying that they call coil? Clap for yourself. You call. You are not sure. Today, me and you are having a discussion on this. How can you not be sure? So, this is our me and you. I will show you all of them. You have to be sure. Abortion. That's not contraceptive. Hey.
Oh, is that not contraceptive?
Contraceptive. So you see, our problem started from our grandparents and parents. It was a mental problem, a psychological problem. And that's the same thing they did with the Bible. They took words out of context. Go and be fruitful and multiply. Did you ever sit down to ask yourself, when God was telling this thing to Adam and Eve, how many people were there in the whole world? The 2 times God said it, one to Adam and Eve and one to Noah. God had just finished clearing the whole region. I do not believe that it was a global flood. It's impossible. Because where were the platypuses and the kangaroos and the marsupials of Australia and the Tasmanian devils of Tasmania? But I believe it was an entire region that was covered in flood. And part of their job was to replenish the earth. Where to do the earth? If you come Lagos, you go no say nobody needs to be fruitful and to multiply again. We don't do okay. The illiterate and the subliterate will translate that to meaning they should have more children. You see, the subliterate and illiterate have a problem. They always think that contraception is expensive. They always assume that contraceptives are expensive. Then they bring the child. There's one woman. Daddy, please, my son has nothing to eat, I give. Daddy, please, my son has nothing to eat, I give. I never give this woman, I don't give her 20 times. The last time I gave her, I said, go and find work. The last message she sent me, my son has nothing to eat. I just deleted the message and moved on. What business do you have having children if you can't afford to raise them? Who are you doing a favor by bringing children to the world that you cannot raise? And now you go to shout abortion, abortion. Let me tell you something. There are some children I have seen. I went to tell the mother one day when I was young, I was my daughter's age, 15. I said, why you not come out this Peking? Do you know what the mother did? I don't know what exactly the Peking was doing. The mother was frying akara publicly. You know that akara? And she put her spoon, that big spoon. Who has seen public akara frying? You know they have a big spoon that has holes in it. Oh, your mommy has it. Taste buds, you have a akara frying spoon. She just put her hand inside the spoon, inside the hot oil that they were used to fry akara, and did like this to the child. That was the first one. I was like, ah. The second time, she put that same akara stick inside the coal and just flicked burning coals, and you see the child running with coals. I was like, what? And I went to meet the woman. I said, what thing you do? Said the kid thief akara. I said, do you know it would have been better if you went to do D&C for this child? The child had kwashoko. The child could not go to school. And the punishment that child was receiving was torture. And you are telling me that that child has a business in this life? You are telling me that that was God's will for that child? Don't insult my God with your foolishness. One day go better. I was reading a story. Ada Blessing and I don't know if she's here with us today. Ada Blessing and I were discussing a topic on Live and Dangerous when I was still with Nigeria Info. And we were talking about a lady who was forcefully, who they did it to her by force. And she got pregnant. And I was like, everybody was like, God will help her, she will raise the baby. I'm like, are you crazy? I think that's the only way you talk to Nigerians. You talk to them with cause, they will get it. He should raise the child off. That one was even a bad, it was an arm robber. Arm robber by force, give you belly. Then you must be, now your conscience is telling you, what your conscience is saying, that you should subject that person to further trauma by making that person raise that child. Like the forcefulness is not trauma enough. You now must be saddled with the responsibility of carrying the trauma permanently. Every day you see the child, you are reminded of what they did to you. Someone, I now said, Daddy Freeze, what do you advise? Then I said, now my Peking, God forbid my child will never go through such. But that next morning, or any day I find out, as long as the Peking never passed 6 months, or 4 months, or whatever stage it gets to where it becomes a danger to the mother's life, we are yanking it out. Unless my child is, after going through therapy, can stand up to me and tell me that I want it. And then she will have it in writing that she was the one that chose that path. So that tomorrow we will not hear another story. Nigeria teaches the kind of conscience that puts you in trauma. A hypocritical conscience. Someone's life is cut short, and then that person has to endure living with the trauma because religion said so, or because it is the best thing to do. We need to start getting ourselves out of that mindset. Now, when I said it, everybody was like, Daddy Free, shut up, shut up. You know my story of my life, shut up, until Obadele. Shut up, you have no sense. Okay, since I not get sense, make I keep quiet. Now, so I keep quiet until we see story for Instagram yesterday. a relative forcefully had an encounter with the daughter of the house. The parents, in their usual hypocrisy, let them not know. They let the relative go and told the daughter that she must keep the child and locked her in the house. The daughter now took her own life. Can you see the result of hypocrisy? Now, where they always end with that? If that daughter wanted that child, would she have taken her own life? We base our morality on the highest level of foolishness the human mind can conjure. I'm going somewhere this morning, and I want you to go there with me. Matthew chapter 19, I'm reading from the New Living Translation. Someone came to Yahushua with this question: Teacher, what good deed must I do to have eternal life? Why ask me about what is good? He replied. There's only one who is good. But to answer your question, you have to believe, you have to receive eternal life and keep the commandments. Which ones? The man said. You must not murder, you must not commit adultery, you must not steal, you must not testify falsely, honor your father and your mother, love your neighbor as yourself. I've obeyed all these commandments, the young man replied. What else must I do? Yahushua told him. If you want to be perfect, go and sell your possessions and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me. But when the young man heard this, he went away sad, for he had many possessions. Then Yahushua said to his disciples, I tell you the truth. It is very hard for a rich person to enter the kingdom of heaven. I'll say it again. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. The disciples were astounded. Then who in the world can be saved? They asked. Yahushua looked at them intently and said, humanly speaking, it is impossible, but with God, everything is possible. Christ, by the way, was speaking in parables, so this is not an excuse for that nonsense. What God cannot do does not exist. It is part of our problem. I was seeing the statistics of what God cannot do does not exist. 19 million people log in, but only 1.2 million Nigerians, I'm not talking of Christians, have 500,000 and above in their account. Meanwhile, 19 million people, time they should be using to go and walk, they are using to pray. And they're expecting miracles. That story for another day. We'll deal with it later. Back to where I was. This is another message that has so often been misquoted. God does not like riches. God wants you to be poor. Or if you are poor, it is God's will. Embrace your poverty. Kiss your poverty. I love you, poverty. Hold your poverty and dance a waltz with your poverty. No. You see, many poor people use this as an excuse, saying, look, since we are poor, we are going to inherit heaven. Let me tell you, the worst thing you can do to yourself is be poor in this life and still not make heaven. I'll take you a little further. "40 people died in what one country, in a country that used to be one of the wealthiest nations on earth in 1960, 40 people died because they were in a stampede rushing to go and get food. Poverty is not a sin. No. The poor are created by the society and the failures of it, and religion is one of the failures of society, if you ask me. But you see, poverty can be cured if you start with your mind. I want to take you on a little journey. I studied Marxism as a sociology student. I studied Marxism as one of my minors. And reading through the works of Karl Marx, I decided to share some of his quotes today. Religious suffering is, at one and the same time, this is what religious suffering is, the expression of real suffering and a protest against real suffering. At the same time, it is an expression of suffering, and at the same time, it is fighting against suffering. Religion is the sigh of the oppressed creature, the heart of a heartless world, and the soul of soulless conditions. It is the opium of the people. Karl Marx went on to say, the abolition, that is to abolish religion, as the illusory happiness of the people, is the demand for their real happiness. To call on them to give up their illusions about their conditions is to call on them to give up a condition that requires illusions. To call on people to give up their illusion about their condition is to call on them to give up a condition that requires illusions. Let me explain this to you. The poverty in Nigeria has created all sorts of illusions, including what God cannot do does not exist. Every day you are singing the song, every day you are joining the life, Nigeria is getting poorer, Nigeria is getting less safe. Every day. Your situation deteriorates because you are believing in an illusion. You go to church every Sunday and roll on the floor, bang your head on the rocks, and still ogunle aye yin o deku. In the whole of Port Harcourt, Enugu region, there's only one pediatric cardiologist. But we have 10 churches on every street. To call on the people to give up their illusion about their condition. In Nigeria, your condition is illusory. You have an illusion. You are suffering. You are going into a bus filled. Listen, I used to enter bus when I was a child. I know what it is like. 4 people per bench. Then conductor will never bath 1 year. Go sit down face you. He goes sit down for engine face you. Driver and 2 persons in front. Is that the condition anybody should be traveling? Is that how you travel abroad? When you enter a bus abroad, is that how it is? So inside that, somebody will still tell you that God is blessing him. Oh, God has provided for him. No, that's an illusion. And to call on them to give up the illusion about your condition is to call on them to give up conditions that require illusion. Nigeria as a country requires it. For you to live in this Nigeria, you have to have illusion. Oh. You have to be disillusioned, disoriented. For you to survive in this country, you have to have an illusion, because you cannot face this country with reality. God will do it, God will do it, God will do it. Let me tell you, if you want to give up your illusions about your conditions, you have to demand conditions that do not require illusions. I was reading a story of someone who needed medical care, and because that medical option was not available in the country, they told the person to pray. that God can solve it. True story. Because your condition is so bad, you need an illusion. For you to demand removal of the illusion, you must first of all change the condition that warrants illusion. The criticism of religion is therefore in embryo, according to Marx. The criticism of the veil of tears in which religion is the halo. According to Karl Marx, religion is an expression of material realities and economic injustice. Therefore, problems in religion are ultimately problems in society. Religion is not the disease, but merely a symptom. It is used by oppressors to make people feel better about the distress they experience due to being poor and exploited. This is the origin of the comment that religion is the opium of the masses. Through religion, humans project personal characteristics onto nature. They invent gods which they believe have control over nature, and come to believe that the way to manipulate nature is to appease these gods through rituals or sacrifice. Pay your tithe monthly, sacrifice 10% of your income. You'll be able to control your situation. God will make sure you never lack. Amen? I'll take this a little further. According to Karl Marx, one of the main functions of religion is to prevent people making demand for social change by dulling pain of oppression with the following things. The promise, one, very important. The promise of an afterlife gives people something to look forward to. It's easier to put up with misery now and believe an afterlife of eternal bliss is what you have after you pass on. 2, religion makes a virtue out of suffering. Religion makes a virtue out of suffering. What does that mean? It turns suffering into a good thing. What are you looking at so intently? Making it appear as if the poor are more godly than the rich. One of the best illustrations of this is the line in the Bible, "It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven." Religion can offer hope of supernatural intervention to solve problems on earth. This makes it pointless for humans to try anything significant to help improve their current situations. And 4, religion can justify the social order of people's position within that order, in line with the Victorian hymn, "All things bright and beautiful. The rich man in his castle, the poor man at his gate. God made them high and lonely and ordered their estate." So 4 main points from Karl Marx. The promise of an afterlife where you enjoy. Religion makes a virtue out of suffering. Suffering is good. Me that I'm poor like this in this boss. As you are seeing me, that man in that Rolls Royce, he's an normal. He stole this, he stole this, he stole this. Then you in the boss, you just finished coming from where you duped somebody of 4,000 naira. But because his own is 40 million and your own is 4,000, you think you are justified. Religion offers hope of the supernatural. That is why the natural never works. Everything in Nigeria is prayed for. Since 1960, we have not had electricity till today. Other countries, even Ghana, has electricity. How can you not have electricity? What's the excuse? Ordinary electricity. I used to tell you this story. In my mom's country, Romania, washing machine gets clogged at the second. Microwave get clogged at the second. I can't they ask them, say, when I get time, why would they set clock for microwave? They say, no, so just anytime you enter the bathroom and you're running late, you can look at the clock on the microwave and know you are still on time. I can't think and say, because light no they go. I was in Romania for 2 weeks. By light no they go, me the light no do like this. You know, blink. I live in a 24-hour estate, 24-hour electricity estate. Our lights still they blink. Sometimes they do light, the light will go. I will just say, look, when I calm down. They'll bring it back in a minute. We start looking for supernatural solutions to our problems. And four, religion justifies the social order. God made me poor and him rich. God did not make you poor. Many circumstances made you poor. And if you can get up and work against those circumstances, you can be wealthy again. And by wealthy, I don't mean you being able to afford a new car or a new house. I mean communal wealth. The Jewish system, the Igbo trader system, look at Obi Kubana. All his brothers are part of the Kubana group. If God forgive me, I be Yoruba, but I tell you true. If na Yoruba man, na the Baba na him go get the company. He will come they dash him brothers money. Just make sure say everything they need is taken care of. But that they will run the enterprise together, irony. I was studying some work by a gentleman known as Jacob Bayers from the Department of Science of Religion and Missiology from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. He says religion can redirect the poverty discourse to a focus on spiritual poverty instead of material concerns. He put up such a beautiful write-up on how religion can actually work in a positive light to actually help eradicate poverty. Fill this up for me, please. Thank you so much. And that is true. Religion can help us. My problem is not in the way, guys, you need to get out of the charity mindset. Come and dash me food. No. What do we do so that I can have food every day in my life? Toby Adegboyega, Pastor Toby from the UK, was on my live the other day giving out 1 million naira to people to start businesses. And quite a few people benefited from it. 1 million naira here, 1 million naira here. Thank you very much. 1 million naira here. And I saw people's lives transform. That is what the church needs to do. Communal wealth. Not this year is my year. My case is different. Your case is not different. You live in a country, all your cases are the same. Create communal wealth. Look at someone beside you this morning and tell them, create communal wealth. The Pentecostal church is especially guilty of this. They teach selfish ambition as blessings from God. Let me take this. James chapter 3 and verse 16. For wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, you will find disorder and every kind of evil. Wherever you find jealousy and selfish ambition, The Greek word for jealousy is zealous. Erytheia is selfish ambition. And it ends with pan phaulon pragma, every evil thing. This is a breakdown of Nigeria. Every evil thing. You will find it here. Ritual, terrorists, prostitution, hard drugs, kidnapping, every think of the evil, we have it. Somebody said, even in America, somebody if you carry guns, just enter class, begin to spray. I say, if you have the good things America has, you can compare yourself with the bad things. Do you have their good things first? America has Harvard and Yale and MIT. Top universities in the world. Let me read top universities. Let's just go to Google. Top universities in the world. In the world, don't give me the UK, the whole world. (2022). Number 1, Oxford. Number 2, MIT. Number 3, so MIT is not ahead of Harvard. Number 3, Harvard. Number 4, Stanford University. Number 5, UCL. Number 6, University of Cambridge. Number 7, Imperial College London. Number 8, Columbia University. Number 9, University of Chicago. Number 10, California Institute of Technology. Number 11, Yale University. Number 12, University of California. Number 13, University of Pennsylvania. 14, Princeton University. Number 15, Tsinghua University. Tsinghua University, I don't know where that is. In Beijing. University of Toronto, number 16. Peking University, number 17. Johns Hopkins University, number 18. Cornell University, number 19. National University of Singapore, number 20. Singapore did not exist when we got independence in 1960. Singapore did not exist in 1965, but they have a university on the top 20. How did we do this? Our children are home, they are not in school. While Singapore, that was born 5 years after us, has a university on the top 20 in the world. Somebody said that the freeze, you not mention Lasso. Not be only Lasso. Unical. Singapore did not exist as a country in 1960 when we're a wealthy nation that just got independence. We had crude oil that we discovered 4 years prior. We had cocoa. We had palm oil. We had minerals. We had groundnuts. We had rubber. Singapore, go and read the history of Singapore. It's the best thing you can do to your life. And they are Buddhists. What God cannot do does not exist, call. So in Singapore now, they should say what Buddhism cannot do does not exist. Between 1960 and today, when we went from 45 million to 210 million, Singapore went from poverty to having the second most powerful passport in the world and a university among the top 20 in the world. There is no Nigerian university on the top 400. Oh, we have a university in the top 400. I think we managed to do that. And that's my mother's university, or the university where my mother works, Abuad. Big shout out to Chief Afe Babalola, the Ba Mofin of Yoruba land. If he continues, if there was a visionary like Afe Babalola in 1960, Nigeria will be on that list. We had visionary for church. No Nigerian university. How can a poor country like Singapore go within the same time frame that we went from riches to poverty? How can they go from poverty to such wealth? So person get up like this, tell you say one go school for Singapore, not be your mate too. Now look at America. You are comparing yourself with them that they carry gun enter classroom. Out of the top 20 universities, just know say 11 in America. Number 1 in America, number 3 in America. Just know, did you not hear the names? Can you behave yourself? Do I have a witness? Someone said, but what God cannot do does not take. Shut up! You are a fool. That's the mentality they based you on. Can God lie? Can God steal? Your condition requires an illusion that will make God lie, and God will not lie. Oh, I'm going to offend multi-software. I will offend you today so you will have sense. What I'm doing for you is what they call deliverance. This is a message of salvation. What God cannot do does not exist. So you create an illusion where God has to lie, because what he cannot do does not exist. Your condition requires God to lie. Stop dragging God into your foolishness. The condition you are in requires God to go against his word. He requires God to go against his plans. The condition you are in requires a lie that God is supposed to tell, but he will not tell it. So I will tell you to shut up and tell your pastor to shut up. Hustling backwards. I don't want you to like me. The solution to your problem has nothing to do with God and everything to do with you. Because what you want God to do is God should leave the hard-working Buddhist in Singapore, the hard-working and enterprising atheist in China, the hard-working Shintoist in Japan, and come and bless a lazy Nigerian, because what God cannot do does not exist. Shut up. Your condition requires God to become an illusion, and he will not. God cannot commit suicide. God cannot lie. God cannot learn anything new, no matter how hard you Nigerians want to teach him. Someone said he's being sarcastic. I love you, bro. You gave me fuel. I needed to hammer that point. What God cannot do does not exist. So God is going to leave China where they are working and come and bless Nigerians where they are not, because they believe what he cannot do does not exist. Only stop bringing God into your failures. Stop bringing God and using him to create an excuse. They in Singapore, they are Buddhists. They went from 1965, where they did not exist, to today, where they have the second strongest passport in the world and a university among the top 20 in the world. Look at China. In 1960, China was smack dab in the middle of the Great Chinese Famine that lasted 3 years and lost 50 million people. Today, China is feeding us. Romania went from 18 million in 1960 to 19 million today. Nigeria went from 45 million to 210 million. All our parents did was pray, build church, and hump. They humped. And they didn't like contraceptives. So they did it raw. And produced more minions than they could feed. Instead of birthing visions, they birthed children. Instead of birthing sustenance through the genealogies, they birthed wild oats, sowing seeds. Baby mama left, baby mama right. As Bill Gates be, how many baby mama I get? How many baby mama Zuckerberg get? How many baby mama Bezos get? Your mechanic get 5. Your papa get 4. That's our contribution to the world. and your parents, you know what they annoy me the most? After our parents fail finish, they come, they give us advice how to take run our own. If not so easy, why they no run them? Why they no run the package when it did their hand? We need a different mindset. Until Nigeria has a university on the top 20, like Singapore does, like UK does, like America does, we will continue to be beggars. Until Nigeria has a hospital, let's check hospitals. Let's do this. Top 10 hospitals in the world. (2022) World's Best Hospitals 2022. I'm going to give you the top. I can't read the whole top 20 because my mouth is paining me. In fact, I will read the top 20. Yala yani, yaba bani, I will read it for you. Stanford Healthcare Center, USA. Aarhus University Hospital, Denmark, number 19. Stanford was number 20. Number 18, Ad HP Hospital, France. 17, Brigham Women's Hospital, USA. 16, University Stankelholm, Heidelberg, Germany. 15, Universal Hospital, Switzerland, in Zurich. 14, Universitatal Hospital, Basel, Switzerland. Number 13, University of Tokyo, Japan. Say they get country, say they anywhere, and you countries. 12, Singapore General Hospital. In the whole world, Singapore again. In the whole world, Singapore get hospital for top 20. As a matter of fact, it's number 12 in the world. Their general hospital, you don't go, you get a general. You don't go general hospital for Nigeria before. Singapore General Hospital is number 12 in the world. Number 11, Center Hospitalier University, Vaduz, Switzerland. Switzerland get plenty of hospitals. How many hospitals do you mention? Maybe Switzerland, in the top 20 already, Switzerland has 1, 2, 3 hospitals in the top 20. Number 10, Sheba Medical Center, Israel. The God of Israel, come and deliver me. The God of Israel, come and heal me. Meanwhile, they have a hospital on the top 10 in the world. Top 10 in the world hospital, Israel, number 10. Number 9, UCLA Health, Ronald Reagan Medical Center, USA. Stand up, my darling. Karolinska University, Sweden, number 8. ADHP Hospital, France, number 7. John Hopkins, United States, number 6. Charité University Medicine, Berlin, Germany, number 5. Toronto General University Health Network, Canada, number 4. Massachusetts General Hospital, number 3. Cleveland Clinic, United States, number 2. And Mayo Clinic, Rochester, United States, the best university, the best hospital in the world. United States has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hospitals in the top 20. Singapore has 1. Switzerland has 1, 2, 3. France has 1, 2. Canada has 1, but number 4. Israel has 1, but number 10. Now let's look at the biggest churches in the world. One list here has list of biggest churches. These are evangelical churches. I don't need to talk much. Just they see the logo there. Sure, they use eye, they see the logo. You they see the logo, Abby? Just look on. Sure, they see them. You don't they see the logo. This one has the list. Make it a year list too. Oh, show me the list now. List, actually. Let me read the top 5 and just shut up before they come and vex for me. Let me read it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let me start from here. Number 10. LDS Convention Center, the Church of Jesus for Latter-day Saints in the United States at number 10. Number 9, General Convention of the Assemblies of God, Brazil, Cuba, Brazil. Number 8, Deeper Life Ministry, 30,000 seater, Lagos, Nigeria. Number 7, Gereja Bethany, Indonesia, 35,000, Indonesia. Number 6, Word of Life Bible Church, 35,000 seater, Warri, Nigeria. That's number. No, it can't be number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. World of Life Bible Church in the whole world. We have a 35,000 seater in Warri. Number 4, Living Church Faith Worldwide, 50,000 seater. You know where it is. Number 3, Temple of the Glory of God, God is Love Pentecostal Church, 60,000 seater in Brazil. Number 2, Champions Royal Assembly. Sorry, that's number, this is number 1, 2, 3. Temple of Glory of God in Brazil is number 4. Number 3, Champions Royal Assembly, Abuja, with 80,000 seater, Abuja, Nigeria. I don't even know if they exist. Number 2 in the whole world, Glory Dome, Dunamis Gospel Center, 100,000 seater, Abuja, Nigeria. And number 1, Hand of God Cathedral, Salvation Ministries, under construction, 120,000 seater, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Mention the top 10. We are not there. Top 10 passports, top 10 automotive, top 10 engineering, top 10 schools, top 10 hospitals, top 10 development. But when it comes to church, we gave the Brazilians, the Europeans, the Americans a run for their money. Now we be number 1, 2. Let me show you how we dominated this chart. We are number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 10. No, sorry, and 8. Just the way America dominates university and hospital. None of the biggest churches in the world is in Israel. Israel instead have hospital. We have church. Israel, the God, we get the God, we they pray to. They get hospital. We be top 10 for the whole world. We get church, we be number 1, number 2, and number 3 for the whole world. God is not the solution to Nigeria's problem. I'm sad to inform you this, but the illusion of God is the problem. Until we are ready to eradicate these conditions, that warrant illusions, we will continue being slaves to all these people. It is a shame that Singapore in 1965 was poor, hungry, lacking in everything, and today they have a school on the top 20. And I think I even saw Singapore inside hospital too now. Abiba. Yeah, Singapore. I thought I saw Singapore hospital. Number 12. Yes! Right there. Their school is number 20 in the world, and their hospital is number 12 in the world. We need to go and ask Singapore how they did it. They didn't pray about it. They didn't wake up every morning and do fire prayers. While your pastor is getting richer, you are fire praying by fire. Is it not sad that a Nigerian man will pray by fire and believe God has blessed him so he can relocate to Canada? Can you imagine the irony? You were able to get a visa to relocate to Canada, and that is how God blessed you. Are you thinking? Go and listen to their testimonies. Go at the highest level. That's why I like Pastor Toby. Forget anything. We didn't laugh them. We didn't sit down together. They laugh the same hour. You relocated from Nigeria to Canada, and that's a testimony. How many Canadians are relocating to your country? As Nigeria not agree work, no need to bother to fix them. Oh, just jackpa. God help me jackpa. You know the highest one? Somebody called me who was trying to market a Ponzi scheme to me. And the Ponzi scheme failed after I invested. Because I trusted the person. And I was like, Daddy Freeze. And she was like, Daddy Freeze, I don't know why you don't believe in praying about your finances. And now sat down, I thought, when she got off the phone, I sat down, I thought about it. So, Ponzi scheme, will I know? Make I come begin pray to God. Say, make more people enter the scheme so that they go fit pay me. Or what exactly is my prayer point? So now, a Ponzi scheme requires God's intervention. God will judge us in this country. As a Ponzi scheme, we are handing it over to God. The person that did this to us cannot be well with them. Daddy Freeze, you have to start praying to God about taking control of your finances. We reward taking Timoli. After I gave you money, you are telling me to pray. Meanwhile, the Ponzi scheme was started by a pastor. Ben, you don't remember the Ponzi scheme where pastor starts? Where I put money inside, don't to say I believe in a pastor. This not still me this year, we still got myself. As in, tell me that Ponzi scheme till I know. You know the beauty of Ponzi scheme. You put your money inside, some go enter, you go collect your money, they go. But that you are handing over a Ponzi scheme to God. And then the person finished it with saying, don't worry, Daddy Freeze. What God cannot do does not exist. If they put hand inside phone, take slap person, and so my hand, I will be the first person to slap person on top phone. Abu ya we any Ponzi. God, what does God want to come and do? So God should bring some money from heaven and come and pour inside the Ponzi scheme so they can pay you. How did we get to this level of mental degeneration? You know how? 7 o'clock early morning fire prayers. You wake up in the morning, you don't start to focus, you don't start to think of what's going on, you start to waste daylight hours praying. I pray every morning, 5 to 10 minutes. Once I'm done with that, I'm good for the day. And the revelation where they see your pastor not see him, your Geo not see him, I don't even want to talk reach another level, make you not begin as a person they boast. God has relocated from Nigeria a long time ago. The last time I checked, the devil was boarding a flight relocating with his children. Nobody they worry you now. When self don't run, leave you go Canada. Nobody they here again. Now just poverty. What God can. Do you know why I hate that phrase? The first time I heard it, that they use and do Yahoo to me. Don't you know that what God cannot do does not exist? What God cannot do. If I tell you how much money I put inside that thing, 1 year later, we they do Sunday meeting. 1 naira never come out. They even have the audacity, they will send me message, say we are doing meeting this Sunday. I pity the people, they go, my money they inside you. I just leave them to that same God. What God cannot do. You know, as in, I'll be calling them that time, that come, let's do meeting. No. Don't ever call me between 7 and 9 in the morning. That's when I spend time with God. That is when we pray. What God cannot do does not exist. Daddy, please, you need to join us. That's why I joined them one day. I hear Ras Karababa. People they give testimony of how they were delivered from winch. People they give testimony of how they were able to relocate to Canada. I say, look at this foolishness. As in, your country has become so bad that living it has become a testimony. People like us, where they're born with passport, we no need visa to Canada. How we want to talk the testimony? Is it my father that was a Muslim that went to study abroad in Romania and married a Catholic woman that gave birth to me by default of my birth? You know what I need to do to go to Canada? It is called an ESTA. It takes 5 minutes to buy online and it costs £5. My ESTA is still valid. The one I used in 2019 is still valid till next year. If I want to go to Canada now, I just buy tickets, begin they go. Because my $5 ESTA is still valid. So what is a testimony to you? Came naturally to me. Because my mother comes from a place that they have sense. Every morning you see them, I'm delivered. Oh, I'm delivered. I've been healed. You are praying to the God of Israel to heal you, and you are giving testimony. Meanwhile, the Israelites have one of the best hospitals in the whole world. Israel's budget for defense for 2022 is $17.8 billion. Saudi Arabia's budget is $46 billion for this 2022. Meanwhile, we are sending delegates on pilgrimage to go to the two countries to pray over our defense issues. What God cannot do does not exist in the minds of the foolish. God cannot lie. I will say this over and over again. God cannot lie. And what you need God to do in your life, because your life is so twisted and bent, requires God to lie. And he will not lie. I end my sermon here with a prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for the awakening you have given us. The plan is in motion. Your children are beginning to wake up. Waking up and departing from poverty. Creating sustainable communal wealth is our goal. Bless us, Father. The scriptures say your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Father, if heaven is such a beautiful place, your will on earth cannot look like what Nigeria is looking like. Father, give us your will. Not the interpretation of it, but how beautiful you intend for us to live as a people, together under the grace of your love. I ask for this in Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you all so much. Today is my beautiful Royal Cuteness Day. Come and stand here. Say thank you. It's us together. In fact, I shall allow you to preach to them for 5 minutes. You want to try? As in, Amarachi just grew shorter. She just went shorter. As in, she was about to enter the ground. Say something to them. Address them. I'll go and sit down. Let me even hear you preach. Preach! Who wants to hear Amarachi preach? Preach. Amarachi. Go hide. This one was, you go and sit down. See who they are talking to. Talking to my beautiful 18-year-old. So thank you so much, all of you. See, Simply V, I was asking for you. Someone said, look at that. Such a beauty, God bless. Such a beauty. They say smile. Yeah, smile. Forget the beauty, or she get brain to join. Brain, they're very important. If you marry her, she will not carry your money and go and give pastor. That one is sure. Will you carry your husband's money and give pastor? No. Will you sow your husband's car seed? Will you carry your whole January salary and go and give first fruit? This is the kind of wife you should be looking for. Let me tell you, it's not about how much money you make. When your wife is giving away your whole January income, just know that there will be a hole in your resources. So thank you all so much. And all of you who asked for her account details, thank you so much. It is pinned right there on Instagram. Let me read it out. 2479276 Zenith Bank. Thank you. Someone say, nah, so, yes, so. Someone say advertising, oh, yes. But let me tell you, the man will come carry this one. Just know say he go work hard. She finished top of her school, very enterprising, very intelligent, very intuitive. You know, it's one to come. There's TikTok people too. Great TikTok people. Say hi, TikTok.
Hello, TikTok.
Yeah, that's more your generation. This is my own generation. This is Facebook here. YouTube is more universal. Instagram is your generation and mine. But this one, now you people get on. So wave at them. 18. So what are your plans as you turn 18? Let me even interview you.
To make money.
To make money. What else? What else? Ah, she's so cute. Say it.
To have a voice.
To have a voice. And when you have that voice, what are you going to say with that voice?
The truth.
The truth. Awesome, Daddy. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. That's Amarachi, my second daughter, 18 today. I'm so happy. She has made us proud, and she deserves so many good and wonderful things. Someone said it is hard to believe that someone with your DNA can be shy. You've met Yella. Yella is not shy. But Amarachi is shy. Baby Freeze is not shy. You know. God bless you, Black Mentor. I spoke about you earlier on. I don't know if you were there. I said we're looking for people who can create communal wealth, distributable communal wealth, sustainable communal wealth. Big shout out to you, my brother. Big shout out to you. To make money and have a voice. Oh yes, very important. Very important. Okay, before I forgot this, a big shout out to Wealth Nation Church for supporting our charity project. That's Pastor Toby and the rest of the Wealth Nation. Oh, somebody says I cannot find the account number. Wilson Churchill Media. The account number is that's for Amarachi, 247-927-6315. 927-6315. Let me tell you one thing with Amarachi is she always this is why I even gave out her account number. Every night when I'm coming to do my live, Amarachi sets up for me. Am I lying? This morning church, she's the one that makes sure the light is connected, the few things that she has to do. She's the one that always gets me my water so I can. You know, she always spends time with me, talking to me, gisting with me, even though sometimes I have to drag her to come and talk to me. The other day, went out looking for burgers, but there was too much traffic, so we couldn't get the burgers. But I'm sure one of these days I'll take you for a burger. You know, you really wanted that burger, right? You want your tummy to be like Daddy's tummy. This is what burger and Budweiser. So somebody says I can't pin the account number on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Amarachi, go to my YouTube and just type your account number there. Make sure you type it correctly and type your name. Just type Amarachi account, not your first name. So when they say Amarachi, they know it's you. Amarachi Zenith Bank. Then type it. Just make a comment on YouTube. Okay. So that can be sorted. Anyway, back to our charity project. Babes, when are we doing the charity?
We're looking at the 10th of this month. On or before the 10th of this month. Because we want to do a prison outreach.
On or before the 10th of this month, because we want to do a prison outreach. Oh, awesome. Awesome, guys. So thank you all so much for the feeding exercise, because we're going to do a prison outreach. Let me give you the account number for that. That is 101-642 what? Okay, 101-642-6338. Zenith Bank Free the Sheeple Ministry. On YouTube, I can't see it here. Okay, because I'm actually monitoring YouTube, and they're asking. Caroline Fadu says pin the account number, and you can pin it and then respond to her too. So get it sorted there. Brother Shupo, of course, I'll notify you the day we're going to do the feeding. I'll let you know on time. Basil, God bless you. Thank you so much, Basil Azubike, always joining us. Facebook people, how are you doing? Resi White, God bless you. Ogbats, all of you. Amarachi is your tech support, absolutely, always supporting. But she's not like Yella. If not Yella go come here do like this. All of them go begin shake body. But Amarachi is shy. Don't pin it, but just type it. It's not there. Are you sure? I can't see you. What handle did you? Can you see Brother Shupo's own? In fact, you know what? Come and use. But your own is not showing. Come and use my account and type it. Take. Daddy Freeze, your channel. Go there, go and type it. Maybe your account is not showing for one reason or the other. Just type it there quickly with my account. All right. All right, guys. So thank you all so much. Take good care of yourselves. Remember to escape from the illusion of poverty. No need. To escape from the illusion of poverty, you need to create generational wealth, have an impact on your generation. Okay, show. Okay. So they got it, Amarachi. Yes, it's now done. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in our church where we can actually preach the truth and we don't need 7 million naira every month to buy diesel and pay security and pay rent and all those things. I thank God we've run it this far. I thank God for the blessings and the love. Someone said, I missed today's service. It's live online. We had so many people, almost 400 people on YouTube, over 500 at a point on Facebook, about 300 plus on Instagram, even 100 plus on TikTok at a point. So we had a full service. And Ezekiel Ministries, my dear brother, how are you? God bless you all. Take good care. All right? Take good care. God bless. Yes. So wanted to make sure Taste Buds didn't have any other special announcements. Follow me back, Ezekiel Ministries. I will do that right now. Anything else? Simply Vic, God bless you. God bless you. Now I need to give a big shout out to Simply Vic. He's always with me, all the time, gives me moral support, works with me to make the Free Nation possible, even though sometimes he can't attend the service because he's busy and so many other things. And he and Buki Sote made the UK trip possible. It was so beautiful hanging out with them. So please, a big appreciation to Simply Vic and to Buki Sote too. I really love and appreciate you. The Black Mentor, talking about wealth creation. He has a seminar tonight. You can just send him a DM. Let me just chip that in. Okay, Black Mentor is a great guy, and he seems to be as transparent as possible. He tries to be as transparent as possible, and big shout out to him. You know, the rest of you guys. Someone says, I'll watch later. I'm late from Saudi Arabia. Angeline Owade on YouTube from Saudi Arabia. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless the rest of you all. I love you guys so much. I hope you learned something. And if you did learn something, please make sure you share the video. Okay? Make sure you share the video. Okay? God bless. God bless you all. I'm so happy. Godwin said, I need assistance for master's program in Canada. Godwin, no worry, come Nigeria. Master's program full everywhere. We know they assist people for Canada. Rahman Mohammed said, your teaching today is one of a kind. God bless you. Thank you so much. Shukbo says, Yahweh bless you. Yahweh bless you too. All right, so I need to go out to get a pizza for my daughter. She likes pizza. So let me head out. Take care. God bless you guys. I love you all.